4 wide. Okay, 5 wide. Whoa! Look out.
Chase Elliott has had a tough start to the 2025 NASCAR season, with 4 straight losses that have raised concerns among fans and analysts. Expectations were high for him and his team, but things haven't gone as planned. While the first few races showed promise, the latest results, especially at Phoenix, have been disappointing. Many are now wondering if he can turn things around before it's too late. The season started with hope as Elliott performed well in the early races. Even though the clash wasn't a points race, it still gave a glimpse of which drivers would be competitive. Elliott's car looked strong at Daytona, Atlanta, and the Circuit of the Americas, but Phoenix was a major setback. His team had high hopes for that race, but the car wasn't competitive at all. Considering Phoenix is one of the most important tracks of the season, this poor performance was a wake-up call. The current NASCAR schedule is structured in a way that challenges teams in different ways. The early part of the season includes speedway races, a road course, and Phoenix, which is crucial for later in the season. This mix of tracks is supposed to give a clear idea of how a team stands. Elliott's team performed well at the speedways and road course, but the Phoenix struggle suggests they still have a lot of work to do. The concern is that if they don't fix their issues soon, they might struggle when it really matters later in the season. One major factor in NASCAR success is consistency. Winning 1 or 2 races is good, but if a driver wants to be a championship contender, they need to perform well across different types of tracks. Elliott has proven in the past that he can win on different tracks, but this season's early struggles raise questions. If the team can't find solutions quickly, it might be a long and frustrating season for him and his fans. Another concern is that Elliott is competing against some of the strongest teams in the sport. Drivers like Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Ryan Blaney have all shown strong performances this season. If Elliott's team doesn't improve soon, they could fall too far behind to catch up. NASCAR is a sport where momentum is key, and right now, Elliott's momentum is heading in the wrong direction. One of the biggest questions is whether the problems are with the car, the team's strategy, or Elliott himself. Some experts believe that the new setups for 2025 haven't suited Elliott's driving style, which could explain his struggles. Others think the team has made mistakes in car preparation and race strategy. Either way, something needs to change soon if they want to compete for wins. Ross Chastain had a moment in the NASCAR Cup Series at the Circuit of the Americas that got people talking. Right at the start, he made a move that didn't go as planned. He tried to get ahead of a 5-wide group, but ended up spinning Chase Elliott. It wasn't just a small mistake, it changed Elliott's entire race. Chastain didn't say much about it immediately, but later, he admitted he was in the wrong. He explained that he thought he had more room to make the move, but he was mistaken. He even said he would have swapped places with Elliott if he could have because he knew he had ruined Elliott's race early on. It's not every day that a driver admits a mistake like that, especially in a sport where reputation matters a lot. NASCAR fans know Chastain for his aggressive style, but this time, it backfired. Elliott had to fight his way back through the field after getting spun. It wasn't easy, but he managed to finish 4th. That's an impressive comeback, considering how his race started. His car was clearly fast, which makes people wonder how well he could have done without the early setback. Late in the race, when Elliott was behind Chastain, Chastain actually moved aside and let him pass without putting up a fight. That showed he knew he had done something wrong and was trying to make up for it in his own way. Chastain's reputation took a hit because of what happened, but admitting fault might help him in the long run. NASCAR is a sport where drivers don't forget easily. If someone races too aggressively, others remember and might not be as forgiving later, but showing some self-awareness can help smooth things over. Whether this changes how Chastain races in the future is something fans will have to watch closely. This incident was just one part of the NASCAR Cup Series season, which is still in its early stages. 3 races have taken place, but they don't tell the full story of who the strongest drivers are yet. The first few races included 2 plate races and a road course, which are unpredictable by nature. The next 6 weeks will be crucial because they feature races in different types of ovals. That's where fans will start to see which drivers are truly in top form. Some drivers are hoping the shift to ovals will help them turn their season around. Ty Gibbs, Daniel Suarez, Brad Keselowski, and Ross Chastain himself are among those who haven't had the best start to 2025. The next stretch of races will be important for them. If they can perform well, they'll gain momentum for the rest of the season. If not, it could be a long year. Chastain in particular had a tough and rough 2024 and didn't start this year much better. He finished last at Daytona and had an average race in Atlanta. At the Circuit of the Americas, he was clearly trying to be aggressive to change his luck, but his move in Elliott showed that aggressive driving comes with risks. Fans saw how Elliott's crew chief, Ellen Gustafsson, reacted over the radio. He was furious and even suggested payback might be coming later in the race. Elliott, however, remained calm and focused on getting back to the front. When Elliott finally caught Chastain near the end, Chastain seemed to know what was coming. Instead of forcing the issue, he slowed down and let Elliott go. That was an interesting choice. Some might see it as a sign of respect, others might think he was just avoiding more drama. Either way, it was a moment that stood out. While the Chastain-Elliott drama grabbed attention, Christopher Bell quietly continued to dominate. He won for the second week in a row, proving that he's one of the drivers to watch this season. Bell had a strong 2024 season but didn't always get the results he deserved. He was consistently near the front, but didn't pick up as many wins as he probably should have. Now, he's proving that he can close out races and be a serious contender. Bell's recent wins also shows how good he is on road courses. Over the last couple of years, he's been one of the best in that area. In his last 11 road course races, he has 2 wins, 2 second-place finishes, and 8 top 10 finishes. That's impressive consistency. With more road courses coming up later in the season, Bell has a great chance to keep his momentum going. Meanwhile, NASCAR officials have been discussing possible changes to the playoff system. A meeting took place recently to talk about different ideas for adjusting the format. Some people feel that the current system, where the championship comes down to a single race among the top 4 drivers, isn't the best way to determine a champion. One suggestion is to have a 3-race final round instead of just one winner-take-all race. There are many opinions on this. Some fans like the excitement of a single-race championship battles. Others think it's unfair that an entire season comes down to just one race. A 3-race final round would allow for more balance. If a driver has had a bad race in the final round, they would still have a chance to recover in the next 2 races. One idea being discussed is a system with 15 playoff drivers over 9 playoff races. After every 3 races, 5 drivers would be eliminated, leaving the final 5 to the battle for the championship over the last 3 races. Another idea is a 12-race playoff with 16 drivers, where eliminations happen in groups of 4 every 3 races, leading to a final 4 showdown. Regardless of what changes NASCAR decides to make, the current system isn't going away entirely. Playoffs are here to stay. Some people might wish for a return to the old season-long point system, but that isn't likely to happen. Now, the next few races will provide a clearer picture of which drivers are serious championship contenders. Christopher Bell has put himself in a strong position early on. Chase Elliott showed resilience after getting spun, but might feel still like he was robbed of a better finish. Ross Chastain admitted his mistake, but whether that changes how other drivers race him remains to be seen. There is still time for a turnaround, but it won't be easy. The next few races will be crucial in determining whether Elliott can recover from this tough start, and if his team can identify what went wrong at Phoenix and make the right adjustments, there is hope. But if the struggle continues, this could be one of the most disappointing seasons of his career. Elliott has faced adversity before and found ways to bounce back, but with 4 straight losses, the pressure is higher than ever. Will he and his team find a way to turn things around, or is this the beginning of a difficult year? The next few races will tell the story and you don't want to miss it, so make sure to hit that subscribe button.